I think we have a false sense of comfort that the ID scanner is going to validate the license and say, okay, this is a legitimate consumer. I think that's the first thing we have to kind of peel that back and go, well, let's break down what ID scanners are actually designed to do. So an ID scanner is there to look at the attributes of the license. So it can check the fonts. It can check, is everything in the right place? Are the holograms there? It can compare the barcode on the back of the license, or what we would look at as like the MRZ like number at the bottom. Like it can take those comparisons to the front information. Are the fonts correct? Coloring? There's all these like attributes. So a base scanner is probably looking at like 50 attributes. Maybe the most advanced scanners out there maybe look at 100 attributes around the license. But all they're doing is looking at the license per se. Does the front meet the back? And the reality is, fraudsters have kind of figured that out. And we can go on, the dark web if we want to get all crazy and go on, open up the Tor browser and go into the recesses of the web, and we could buy real identities that are fake that we can use, that'll pass those scanners for as little as $200. If you want a really good one, like a legit jet one, maybe $600-700. There's Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups where you can buy these things from today. So the license itself, it's just not enough to validate the consumer. And we have a false sense of confidence that it is. So that's one issue with the scanner. Two, we've seen a rise of people starting the transaction or wanting to do it remote. Last time I checked, you're not driving the scanner to their house to put their license through it. So now we run into more problems. You get a copy of the license, how? Via text message or something by email, totally unsecure, really bad idea. Winds up on our salespeople's personal phones. So that's another nightmare issue that we'll face with this FTC CARS Act and protecting consumers' privacy and data and storing it safely. Obviously, we can't do that on individual devices or through email. So, we had to find a better way. And that was my thinking, to go all the way back to, okay, what are we trying to do? And that is, as quickly as possible, taking unknown consumer to the dealership and make them a known, identified consumer, and then validate that consumer, that we know they're not there to commit fraud.